Charisma.
My name is Adora Delano. I'm 23 years old, and I'm a Libra. I'm so excited I can pee.
Uniqueness.
Monsoon.
Drag of the Dead.
Nerve.
I'd like to keep it on, please.
It's a lip sync. What part of that do you not understand?
Talent. What do these qualities have in common? I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent is the criteria the iconic drag queen RuPaul uses to select the next drag superstar in her award-winning show, RuPaul's Drag Race. So what is drag, and what connections does it have to the cultural and natural landscapes of our city and region? First, the oldest recorded forms of drag are Shakespearean plays where men dressed in women's clothing to portray female characters. But drag does not necessarily mean dressing up as a woman.
I'm feeling my oats. Let me feel my own.
There are many different types of drag, all of which revolve around the central concept of defying masculinity through clothing and act. Because drag is highly derived from theater, and because queens are night performers, many develop personas and paint their face in stage makeup, which is usually exaggerated, loud, and over the top.
Guess who's in a wheelchair now, Bland? Just kidding. You are!
Drag officially arrived in Seattle during the 1962 World's Fair, when MacIver Wells purchased a theater and turned it into a bar, the Horseshoe. In these early stages, drag was amateur grassroots drag, which is a feature that persists in today's Seattle drag scene. In the drag world, each queen identifies with a city because it is their city's history that shapes them. The first question drag queens ask other drag queens is, which city are you from? A New York City queen is that much different from an LA queen, and Seattle has also created its own drag identity.
Here's a real question, Robbie. Why does every drag queen from Seattle talk like that? Ben de la Creme and like Jinx Monsoon and Robbie Turner.
For some reason, a city's landscape manages to stick to drag queens in every way, shape, and form. Most of the LGBTQ+ history occurred in New York City, particularly with the Stonewall riots.
Fighting for gay rights, and people were killed.
Nobody was killed at Stonewall.
Nobody was
Nobody
killed?
was killed at Stonewall.
But Seattle also had its impact on queer rights. Most of the fight in the US for queer rights happened against, you guessed it, the Popo. The police were the main interaction between laws and queer people as they were the state's hands of enforcement. The police, though, did not seem to hate gay people. Instead, they seemed to love them, given that they would bribe gay bars into paying them for their silence. Without gays, how would police get a raise? With increasing defiance and support from allies in the media, many queer people were able to push for the normalization of queerness in Seattle. Today, it is illegal to discriminate against LGBTQ+ establishments, and police are no longer allowed to taunt queer businesses for their personal gain. Instead, many cities have safe places and neighborhoods like Capitol Hill for anyone who identifies within the spectrum. All in all, drag is an art form that unfortunately had to see a lot of violence and discrimination to reach the height it has today. It was the courage of the early drag queens that led us to a world where we can freely say words like tea, shade, fishy, hunty, and where everyone is a girl. Seattle played an important role in this fight by accepting and acknowledging the existence of queer people and allowing them to freely congregate where they can celebrate their identity without fear of persecution. And even today, Seattle continues to celebrate drag and queer people through pride parades and much-needed anti-discriminatory laws and policies that make the community feel safe and heard. And in the wise words of Tatiana from Season 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race, I would only like to say,
Thank you.